Welcome to Shop Talk. I'm Jim Silver, and this week's guest is Alex Fogelson, president of Taste Beauty, a division of Centric Brands. Alex, welcome.
Thank you.
So, Taste Beauty is well known throughout many different businesses. It's known as somewhat a tween cosmetics company, but that doesn't give it justice. Can you describe what is Taste Beauty?
Sure. Yeah. So we are a cosmetics and personal care manufacturer, really focused on fun, innovative, high quality products inspired by pop culture. So we have partnerships with many of the greatest IP creators in the world. We have our own brand, and we do a lot of really fun special projects with our partners and on our own to deliver products that really delight consumers.
Now, how old is Taste Beauty?
We started the company in 2015, so we're about 6 years old now.
You were in the cosmetics business before that?
I was in the business before in a similar kind of company. Started Taste Beauty with my two co-founders, and we've been off to the races ever since.
I always like to ask this question, and how did you get started in this whole business?
It's kind of a long story, but so my father was in the cosmetics business at a company called Lot of Love that was pretty similar to Taste Beauty, actually. I was in college, and I had this idea for a lip balm for men. Called Chap Fix. It was kind of
that's a great idea.
Yeah, it was just kind of like a novelty thing. I saw so many of my friends, including myself, were using a lip balm that was really marketed towards women. Right. And this is when Dove Men was coming out and all these big brands that were launching men's grooming lines in like 2009, 2010. And I saw this opportunity. We developed this great component. It was really this fun kind of pet project. And then one thing led to another. We got it into Walmart. It was this amazing kind of score that we never expected. It was clear that this was the right move for my career to take this a little more seriously, and I entered that business. So
when I look at Taste Beauty, a lot of kids use Taste Beauty, and it's we know it's cosmetics. It's a lot of beauty. Is it? I have trouble describing it because some kids use it as a toy, some kids use it as makeup.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you find tweens and all different age kids using your product?
Yeah, so there's definitely a play pattern associated with it for a lot of the kind of younger oriented products. Right. But tweens always love cosmetics. We always like to say there's another 6-8-year-old girl that's walking into Claire's for the first time. That's experiencing this category for the first time, getting immersed in that world, and it's really relevant, and it has been for a long time.
Well, I'm a father of 3 girls, and I just want to go back. My girls wanted makeup from the time they were 3, and it's like, what do you buy them? When they're 3 years old.
Sure.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
How old is it okay to buy kids makeup? Because I was getting my kids stuff when they were 3 and 4 because I just wanted it for play.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a play component starting at 3 or 4 years old, I would say, but our sweet spot is really that 6 to 10. Okay. Is really kind of is where we see most of our brands resonate, most of our products resonate, and what really kind of clicks.
Now, it seems like you have or work with just about every major brand. Can you tell some of the brands you work with and some of the successes you've had with some of these brands?
Yeah, sure. So we work with all the major studios, Disney, Nickelodeon, Universal, as well as a whole host of food and beverage brands that we're kind of best known for. So partnerships with Hershey, Mondelez, General Mills to develop really fun scented and flavored products that are inspired by their brands.
How many SKUs do you have?
We have thousands.
You have thousands?
Thousands of SKUs, yep.
Now, I imagine a lot of it has to be exclusive the way...
Yeah, so depending on the retailer, we have different exclusives that we do. There's certain retailers that like products a certain way or merchandise a certain way, so we're really flexible in the way we work with all of our partners.
You look at today, and with all the social channels and social media, is that an important part of featuring your brands to the consumer and featuring to kids?
Yeah, so we have our own Taste Beauty NYC Instagram that we feature a lot of our really fun collaborations on. But we're seeing a ton of organic reach and development of consumers that are going out and buying our products, and they're making TikToks, they're posting, they're doing all of these great things without any of our involvement, which is really great to see this kind of organic buzz and word of mouth generating out there.
Kids love Taste Beauty, and when I go to Walmart, I find your product in the cosmetics section, but I'm sitting there and go, boy, I would love to find this in the toy aisle, or, in other parts of the store, it should be in the beauty aisle. Have you ever thought about going into the toy aisle, and what other areas of the retailers are you in?
Yeah, so, that's a great question. are very adjacent to toy products a lot of the time. Some retailers will carry us in the toy department, most will not.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, so it's it really depends on the retailer. We think that there's a bigger opportunity in the toy area for sure as people really engage more with this category from a kind of a toy perspective and some of the brands that we have.
I believe you are in some toy retailers.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are. So yeah, and it's really kind of leveraging the brands that we have that are relevant in those toy departments, and then how we one of our challenges going forward is how we build out our Taste Beauty brand into some of those channels as well, where that is relevant.
What is the difference between kids makeup, tween makeup, and adult makeup? I was just, if you had to simplify it in layman's terms, because them doesn't know, what is the difference between makeup for a 7-year-old, 12-year-old, or an 18-year-old? Is there no difference?
Honestly, there really is no difference. One of the things that we'll do for a lot of our kids' product is we'll add a really great flavor or fragrance. We find that really resonates, better with kids that are kind of our core audience. Whereas a lot of adult cosmetic products would be unscented or have like a very subtle scent. We like to say the sweeter the better sometimes for a lot of our products. That's why our candy, food, and beverage partnerships are so successful, because they're really leveraging that beloved flavor and fragrance.
So my daughters are grown up. I could just buy your product now and not have to buy the adult product.
Exactly, at a quarter of the price.
Because at a quarter of the price, I know the kids who use it love it.
Right.
So we talk about different products in different areas of retail. We know about your cosmetics. What are some of your other bigger brands within Taste Beauty? I know their bath bombs are big, but let's talk about other beauty products.
Yeah, so we do a whole host of bath and body products and personal care products. We do a number of private label collaborations with many of the retailers that we work with across the bath, personal care, and beauty space. And it's a lot of soaps, bubble baths, all of those kinds of things.
I want to go back to licensing.
Sure.
Does licensing work better in certain categories? Does certain license work better for makeup? Does certain work for like bath?
Yeah, great question. So we find that it's really demographic driven, right? So a lot of the bath products tend to perform better in that preschool audience, where we have great partnerships with brands like Coco Melon, like Ryan's World, like Crayola, that really resonate with that preschool audience, and then things kind of go up from there. Based on the relevance of the brand.
Something that you just mentioned, I knew last year the Mandalorian did very well for you, and Ryan's World is also very well. And I immediately saw those as more being a male demographic than a female demographic. I mean, is this product category basically gender neutral, that both boys and girls play with it? Yeah,
so the bath category really is pretty 50-50, what we see. The cosmetics category, lip balm is one of the key products that we do. I would say lip balm does have a boy component. It is relatively gender neutral, but we're seeing a lot of interesting things going on and trends in our data that would lead us to believe that there is some neutrality going on with some of these products.
Yeah, I looked at the neutrality because being involved in working with influencers, I've noticed that some of the biggest makeup influencers are men.
Right.
And so I don't know if that's starting to trickle down.
Yeah, not a ton in the younger area, but it is something that we see for sure. Yeah.
Now, in the past year, you were acquired by Centric Brands, and Centric is known as a leader in many different categories. What opportunities does Centric Brands now provide Taste Beauty that maybe didn't exist before?
Yeah, so it's been really an amazing partnership. It really gives us access to much broader infrastructure, many more resources to really provide great product to our customers, both from a development, logistics, supply chain, manufacturing. All of that support that they've been providing to us has been really helpful in us achieving our continued growth.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. It's almost like asking, who's your favorite child? And people don't like to answer. But if you look back the last 5 years, if you had to pick a couple of products that you developed or your team developed that were just like super special, what would pop out?
There's a couple favorites. We had done a collaboration with Sephora a few years ago to do a flamingo pool float lip balm. That was like a really fun molded lip balm that was in a little beach bag. It was at the checkout area at Sephora. It blew out. I mean, and it got so much social media attention. That was really fun. Another fun one a few years ago, we partnered with BuzzFeed on a fidget spinner lip gloss. When fidget spinners were so popular,
Yep.
it was called Glam Spin. We did this huge marketing campaign. That was a blast. We launched that in 30, 45 days. It was unbelievable.
Well, fidgets have been really hot this year.
Yeah.
Did you do anything again this year?
We haven't yet because we're kind of watching the longevity of some of these trends, but we do think that what we're seeing now, this has some staying power for the long term.
Now, you just brought up something I didn't think of. Your time from start to shelf is probably a lot quicker than a lot of other businesses.
It is, yes.
So how long, if you notice a trend
Yep.
and you want to make something that's somewhat existing in terms of product, how long would it take you to get it to shelf?
About 90 days.
Wow, that's amazingly
Super
quick.
fast. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, right
Yes.
now the supply chain challenges going on, that's in a perfect
People
world.
can't get things
Yeah,
off the
who
boat in 90
knows?
days,
Yeah.
but still, 90 days is probably 3 times
It's-
quicker than most other
it
businesses.
is definitely faster. We are able to react really quickly. We have a great supply chain in place and great partners that we work with.
Not talking about Taste Beauty, but overall, looking at retail, is the cosmetics category going to feel the supply chain issues as other categories are going to feel this year?
I think so. Both domestically and internationally, we are seeing challenges. I mean, it is you can't open up the newspaper or open up
Right.
a website without reading about it. Our goal is to communicate, be transparent with our customers, and really deliver on time for all of our partners.
We look at Taste Beauty's line. I feel like it could be sold anywhere. I feel like supermarket,
Yep.
toy store, big box retailer, 7-Eleven. I mean, how many outlets are you in, and do you sell almost everybody?
Yeah, so we're in over 50,000 doors. We sell, I mean, just about, every channel of distribution that carries our kinds of products. We're kind of unique in the sense that we can sell to Dollar Tree and we can sell to Sephora. So we have products that really range the gamut, run the gamut. We tailor specific products for each of these channels.
Looking ahead to 2022, is there something that's trending in the category that you see coming that you're jumping on? Or is there something new, exciting? I know you're doing new, exciting things every year, but what are you most excited about as a company, Taste Beauty, going forward?
Yeah, I mean, so we're seeing a lot of these trends. Obviously in 2020 there was a big focus on sanitation and cleanliness, and we're kind of still waiting to see what that big trend is going to be for 22. We're developing some really interesting things with some better for you products, some sustainable packaging. Those are kind of the bigger macro trends that we see in our category, and we're really excited to build those out in a bigger way in 22.
We're still in the pandemic, and people wear masks. Yeah. How have masks affected lipstick? Has it affected the kids category? Has it had no effect whatsoever, or did it affect the category?
That's a great question. So a lot of lip balms that we do, we have seen actually no slowdown because people's lips actually get drier under a mask, or something we've noticed. But in lip color, we have seen, and we've heard from our retailers, that there has been a little bit of a slowdown in lip color. And then eye makeup has been another area that, because if you're wearing a mask, you have makeup on your eyes, that has seen a little bit of an uptick with people wearing masks, which I think is really interesting.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Alex, thanks for coming to Shop Talk.
Thanks for having me.
And come back every month where we'll have key industry leaders talking about what's happening in different businesses.